How to respond to "there's CSA in every religion." This is a question that you will get once a JW realizes that its own group does in fact have a problem with CSA, just like other religions. The problem with this is that JWs have gleefully jumped on the fact that the Catholic Church has had an issue with CSA for decades and have even used it as an argument to prove that the Church isn't the one true religion. Putting the hypocrisy and double standards off to the side, you can focus on some real-world scenarios that highlight the problems with how the organization handles abuse, including hiding behind clergy penitent privilege when they can. Ask, do you think it's our responsibility to the children in the local area to help protect them against a possible abuser? Get their response, and then potentially add an example to that. Pretend that you found out your 10-year-old neighbor was being abused. What would you do? Would you just leave it up to the family to report it, if they even know about it? Absolutely not. You would do the right thing and call the authorities to ensure that that child was protected along with all the other children in the neighborhood. Then you could ask, what would you do if your child was abused by a neighbor and the local Catholic priest knew that this individual was an abuser, but in order to protect the reputation of the church and to hide behind his clergy penitent privilege, he said nothing to anyone and now has more victims, including your child? Would you then use that same excuse that you were using for your organization and claim that, well, it's valid for the Catholic Church to use it too? Would you be willing to go to a door in your territory and tell the householder that, well, if there's an abuser in your congregation, the leaders of your religion do not have any need to report it, and that it should really be the parent's responsibility to do it if they choose to do so? Also, ask them to research the statistics on how many families actually report abuse and how their delay causes even more victims. Have them research how long it takes from an occurrence of abuse to the time that they get brave enough to speak out about it. Have them research why there is such a thing as mandatory reporters like doctors and teachers, etc., instead of relying on parents. It's likely that no JW has any idea of these statistics and how CSA works outside their little echo chamber. So sure, CSA exists in all religions, but isn't yours supposed to be different? Shouldn't the organization produce an apology to the Catholic Church for criticizing them for their CSA problems? Shouldn't your loving God protect children at all costs? Hopefully, after giving these examples, they will at least be much more hesitant at using this excuse.